Okay, let's talk about AI. It seems like it's popping up absolutely everywhere, right? But now it's making its way into some seriously high-stakes fields. And, it doesn't get much more high stakes than medicine. This is a huge deal. It's exciting, maybe a little intimidating, and it's forcing us all to rethink what it even means to learn and to be an expert.
So just imagine this for a second. What if every single medical student had an expert tutor right in their pocket 24/7? A tutor that never sleeps, gives you instant feedback, and can quiz you endlessly. I mean, this sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's not. It's the new reality that's being unlocked by this incredible new AI.
So what's the magic behind all this? Well, it's something called generative language models, or GLMs. You've definitely heard of them. We're talking about things like ChatGPT or Bard. At their core, you can think of them as these giant, powerful brains, these neural networks that have basically read the entire internet. All that training lets them understand and create text that sounds, well, surprisingly human.
And the crazy part is how fast this is all happening. I mean, it is just staggering. Take a look at this. Back in 2018, we had GPT-1 with about 117 million parameters. Think of those as little dials the AI uses to learn. Just 1 year later, boom, GPT-2 jumps to 1.5 billion. Then in 2020, GPT-3 hits the scene with a mind-blowing 175 billion. But believe it or not, that's just the warm-up.
Because the latest version, GPT-4, is estimated to have somewhere around, get this, 1 trillion parameters. Yeah, trillion with a T. That kind of jump in power and complexity in just a handful of years, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So, okay, 1 trillion parameters. What does that actually mean? What can it do? Well, here's a jaw-dropper. A recent study found that an off-the-shelf AI with no special medical training could perform at or near the passing level for all 3 parts of the U.S. medical licensing exam. The USMLE? That's the gauntlet every doctor in the U.S. has to run. It just shows you the sheer volume of medical knowledge these things have soaked up.
All right, so we established we have this unbelievably powerful tool at our fingertips. But here's the thing. Having the tool and knowing how to use it, well, those are 2 totally different things. And that brings us to the real key to all of this, the art of the prompt.
The fancy term for this is prompt engineering. And listen, it's way more than just typing a question into a chat box. It's about learning how to talk to the AI. It's a method, a systematic way of crafting your instructions to guide the model to give you the precise, accurate output you're looking for. It's really the new skill of communicating with these machines.
And folks have actually broken this down into different levels. You can think of it like leveling up your communication skills. You start with a super simple question. Then you can level up by adding context, defining roles for you and the AI. After that, you can provide examples to show it the style you want. And at the highest level, you can even get the AI to help you break down your own request. Let's walk through what this actually looks like.
Okay, so here's a level 1 prompt. Super basic, right? Tell me about type 2 diabetes. And yeah, you'll get an answer, but it's probably going to be a dry, generic, straight out of a textbook summary. It's fine, it's a starting point, but we can do so much better. Now, check this out. Let's jump to level 2. Look at the difference. You are to play the role of a professor of medicine at Oxford, and I am your student. Tell me about type 2 diabetes. See what we did there? We added context. We gave the AI a job, and we gave ourselves a role. Now, you're not just asking for facts, you're asking for a certain kind of explanation. And believe me, the response you get will be on a whole different level.
Okay, so it seems pretty simple, right? A better prompt gets you a better answer. But, and this is a really big but, this is where we need to pump the brakes a little. Because these AIs can get things wrong. And when they do, they're not shy about it. They're confident, they're subtle, and honestly, they can be pretty dangerous.
Let's look at a simple math problem. You ask it, a juggler has 16 balls. Half are golf balls, and half of those golf balls are blue. How many blue golf balls? The AI comes back totally confident, 8 blue golf balls. Which? Nope, that's wrong. It's a simple little logic puzzle, but the AI messes it up and presents the wrong answer like it's a fact.
But here's the magic trick. We go back and we tweak the prompt just a little bit. We add 3 little words. Think step by step. And just like that, everything changes. The AI is forced to slow down, to actually reason through the problem, step 1, step 2, step 3, and it lands on the correct answer, 4. That little phrase is one of the most powerful tricks in the prompt engineering playbook.
Okay,
So, a math error. Most of us can probably spot that. But the really sneaky errors, the ones that are much, much harder to catch, are when the AI just starts making things up, especially when it comes to facts and sources.
For example, in one study, a chatbot was asked to write a medical essay and include academic references. And this is one of the citations it spat out. I mean, look at it. It looks perfect, right? You've got authors, a title, a journal, a date. It looks 100% legit. There's just one tiny problem. It's completely fake. This article, this citation, it doesn't exist. The AI just invented it. So what do? The researchers did the only thing they could. They ask it a simple, direct question. Hey, did you make that up? And here's the kicker. The AI basically says, oh yeah, sorry, those weren't supposed to be real references. They were just meant to show you what a reference should look like. And this reveals a fundamental truth about these models. Their main goal isn't always to be right. It's to give you an answer that looks right. It's a people pleaser, not a fact checker.
And this, right here, brings us to the huge ethical dilemma that every school and university is grappling with right now. When you have a tool that can write a perfect essay on any topic in seconds, where's the line? When does it stop being a helpful study tool and start being a high-tech cheating machine?
I mean, it really is two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, used as a tool, this is amazing. You can summarize dense articles, create study outlines, get unlimited practice questions. It's a game changer for learning. But on the other hand, the cheat side, well, it's a shortcut to blindly copy-pasting essays, getting answers without actually thinking, and skipping the hard work of developing critical skills.
But let's be real for a second. This isn't exactly a new problem. Cheating in high-pressure environments like medical school has always been an issue. Studies from before AI became mainstream showed cheating rates anywhere from 5% to a shocking 50%. So AI didn't invent cheating, but it has definitely poured a whole lot of gasoline on the fire.
So where does that leave us? We've got all this incredible potential on one side and all these serious pitfalls on the other. What's the path forward? Well, one thing's for sure. Sticking our heads in the sand and pretending this isn't happening is not an option. The answer has to be about embracing it, but doing it responsibly.
And this is really the bottom line. Trying to ban these tools it's a losing battle. It's like trying to ban the internet. The only effective path forward is to lean in, to actually teach students how to use these tools the right way, ethically and effectively. It means we have to build a culture of academic integrity around this new reality, and maybe even made prompt engineering a required class.
The authors of the study we've been looking at said it perfectly. They wrote, AI is not just a fad. Those who fail to embrace AI will be disadvantaged. And they go on to say that as the tech changes, we have to change how we teach and learn. And they're right. This isn't optional anymore. This is the new landscape.
Look, at the end of the day, AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get more and more woven into the fabric of our lives. So the real question, the one we all have to answer, whether we're students, teachers, or just curious people, isn't if we're going to use it. The question is how. How are we going to use this incredible, complicated, and powerful technology to make ourselves better?